When I stepped out of those prison gates, I thought that I was stepping into a brand new life. A life filled with faith, a life filled with healing, and a life filled with purpose. And in many ways I was. I dove headfirst into spiritual growth. I dove headfirst into self-improvement, and I surrounded myself with a godly community. At the time, I believed that would be enough to keep me far from the chaos and the darkness that I left behind. But what I didn't expect was that in order to heal, I would have to go back. I'd have to go back into the pain. I'd have to go back into the trauma. I'd have to go back to the choices that led me into addiction and eventually prison. Every recovery group, every church circle, every brave conversation chipped away at my walls and called out the truth. I couldn't keep hiding. Not the polished version, but the raw, unfiltered story that includes sex, drugs, trauma, and redemption. So here we are. This mini-series is the beginning of a new chapter, a behind-the-scenes look at the journey that led to my tell-all memoir, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction. 5 years in the making, and it's finally time to talk about what it took to revisit the fire and write my way through it. So sit back. I hope you enjoy this mini-series called Inside the Fire, Behind Step 4. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by J.B. Davis at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. For integrity, service, and unbeatable deals, ask for J.B. in Centerville and tell them the Recovery Couch sent you. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Recovery Couch. This is Inside the Fire, Behind Step 4, a 12-part behind-the-scenes series about the story behind the story. I'm your host, Brandon Couch, and in this series, I'm taking you deep into the heart of my new book, Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, which releases this fall. If you'd like to support this mission, head over to Kickstarter.com and search Help Publish Step 4. So why did I write this book? Honestly, because I had to. I didn't do it for fame. I didn't do it for therapy. I didn't do it to prove anything to anybody. I did it because there was too much fire inside of me for me to stay silent. Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, wasn't just a writing project. To be honest with you, it was a battle. Every single word was pulled from places that I had buried and never wanted to revisit. Every single chapter was a confrontation with the man that I used to be and the man that I'm still becoming. And I wrote it because I know what it's like to feel like your past disqualifies you. I know what it's like to sit in a jail cell, wondering if your story ends right then and there. I know what it's like to stare at your reflection and feel disgusted. I know what it's like to lose yourself to addiction and then try to find your way back from the wreckage. But more than all of those things, I wrote it because I know redemption is real. I know God does not waste pain. I know that if even one person sees their reflection in these pages and finds hope, then writing this book was worth every second. This book was born in prison. This book was born in shame. This book was born in silence and isolation. But this book is being released in freedom. And this book is being released with purpose. I'll tell you right now, I'll be the first to admit this book, it's not polished and it's not perfect, but it's real. And if you're listening to this right now, then this book is for you. This episode of the Recovery Couch is brought to you by True Story Media. True Story Media is a faith-based creative agency helping people share their stories with boldness and impact. If you've got a testimony, True Story Media can help you turn it into a book, podcast, or platform. Visit us at www.recoverycouch.com to learn more. Hey guys, if you want to go deeper into the Recovery Couch, then join the Recovery Couch Inner Circle on Patreon. That is where we host monthly Q&As, bonus episodes, and exclusive sneak peeks at what's coming next. And don't forget, you can be a part of helping bring Step 4 into the world by visiting Kickstarter.com and searching Help Publish Step 4. Every pledge helps us bring this story of redemption to life. I just want to thank you for joining me today on the Recovery Couch. This mini-series is about more than just the book. It's about the fire God used to shape me. So stick around. There's more behind this story than you think, and you always have a seat right here on the recovery couch. This episode is brought to you by Greg Swartz at RE/MAX Victory and Affiliates. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Greg brings heart, hustle, and honesty to every deal. Call Greg at 937-477-8975 today. In this episode, I opened up about what life looked like after prison. I thought diving into faith, self-growth, and community would keep me far from my past, but healing had other plans. Group after group, I found myself either triggered or invited to share the real story. Not the polished version, but the one filled with pain, trauma, addiction, and prison. This episode set the tone for the Inside the Fire series, where I take you behind the scenes of writing Step 4, A Journey Through Addiction, a process that forced me to walk back through the fire that I thought I had already escaped. Join us tomorrow for episode 2, titled The Chapter That Nearly Broke Me, and learn why I had to walk away from this emotional chapter and come back to it on a later date because of how many emotions that it started to surface. I want to thank you again for sitting with me, and remember, you always have a seat right here on the recovery